Do you actually know when it's time to leave your house to go to the hospital? Because if your contractions are still 5 minutes apart, it might be too soon. Are you looking to have an unmedicated birth and want to feel prepared, confident, and powerful for it? If so, I got you. My name is Chanel and I am a doula, and I help first-time moms have confident, beautiful, and empowering unmedicated births. One of the biggest mistakes I see new moms make is going to the hospital too early. Now, I want to preface this by saying you should go to the hospital whenever you believe it's time for you to go. However, as a doula, I've seen many moms go to the hospital way too early and end up laboring there and having a very difficult time staying in their birth zone because of all of the distraction. You need to understand the stages of labor so you actually know when it's time to go. Not only that, your partner needs to know the stages of labor too, because while you're in your birth zone, they need to be observing what's going on so they know how to actually support you. My typical rule of thumb is that you are trying to go to the hospital anywhere between 411 and 311. That is simply a contraction pattern, meaning your contractions are 4 minutes apart, lasting for 1 minute or longer, and that has been happening for 1 hour. Once you get to that point, typically you are in active labor. Now, if you want to go to the hospital before all of this, that is absolutely fine. You should listen to your body and take into account your commute. But if you don't have too far of a commute and your body is responding well and you are in your birth zone, it is typically okay to stay at home a little bit longer. So here's some things I want to leave you with as you're thinking about when you want to leave to go to the hospital. Number one, just because your water breaks does not mean it's time to go to the hospital. There are things that you need to take into consideration to know whether or not that is an emergent reason to go to the hospital. Number two, just because your contraction timer is telling you it's time to go does not mean it's time to go. And lastly, if you are going to stay at home as long as possible, you are going to have to be prepared. You're going to have to be educated so that you don't freak out. You know what's normal, you know what to expect, and you know how to leave with enough time to have your baby at the hospital, but not too much time to be spending the majority of your labor there. If you do need support with that, I have my Work Your Birth course linked in my bio. You can check all of that out. It gives you the exact step-by-step that you need. If you have any questions about this, definitely drop them down in the comments below and let's have a conversation, because this is a little bit of a taboo topic. Birth doesn't have to be chaotic or scary. You just need to have the right tools. And make sure to come back tomorrow for another part in this daily series where we are going to talk about how to mentally prepare for a labor and not get discouraged in the process.